Well, I done did it now. I made my own cartop carrier to put my 10.5-foot kayak on my tiny 12-foot Chevy Spark. Is that a good idea? I don't know. We'll find out today on Impromptu Adventures. Hi, it's Kent from Impromptu Adventures, and this was my project. I wanted to put my kayak on top of my little Spark, take it around to various rivers in the area and some different lakes, other than my local lake, which I'm sure you guys are getting sick of seeing all the time. But I didn't want to spend the $300, $400, $500 it takes to buy a commercial system. I wanted to get something done way cheaper than that. This solution only cost me about $50 because I had some of the parts on hand. If you don't have all the parts and you need to buy everything that we're going to demonstrate today, it'd probably cost you closer to maybe $100, $120, something like that. But that's still way cheaper than any of the commercial systems. Let's take a look at what I've done. I started with this. This is an Apex $38 rack. It holds 150 pounds maximum, plenty for a single kayak. I don't like the way it mounts. It mounts with these straps. And what I don't like about these straps, they're actually only connected inside the vehicle. That strap just runs all the way to the other side. Now, I don't know what self-respecting engineer thought that was a good idea. This just doesn't seem stable to me at all. This could slide all the way back. It just does not seem like it's safe. I don't like this solution. The other thing I don't like about this is these straps go on the outside of the weather stripping. Right there. That means if it's raining, this is going to act like a wick. It's going to take all the water and it's going to drip inside the car. I don't like that either. I figured there had to be a better way. If you look at those commercial systems, how do they mount? They mount with a little connector that connects that standoff to your car. Usually by having a little grabber that holds on under here, or it mounts on top if you've got factory rails installed. I don't have either one, but I like the idea. So I need to connect that to my car frame. How can I do that? That was the problem I had to solve. So I turned to Google, where I found these. These have a little hook that hook inside your door to the nice sturdy metal door frame under the weather stripping with a little loop that hooks up that you can attach to. It's used mainly for tying cargo down onto your roof racks, things like that. So it installs something like this. You just have to pull this weather stripping back, slide the hook into place, push it back up, close the door, and you're done. Next problem to solve. How do I connect that to here? There's not a lot of space there. So my first thought, of course, was to use some sort of cam buckle, but a cam buckle is not going to have enough room to really be able to draw it down tight enough. I need this to be up higher to give me that slack. How am I going to do that? Well, you ever seen those really cheap foam block kayak carriers that you put on the top of your car? They're terrible. They're really, really terrible, but I can use them here. I just cut each one in half, shaved off the top, and I end up with this. Now I've got enough slack so that I can take a standard cam buckle strap, run it through the gap, around the pole, and then tighten it down. I just took a standard 8-foot strap, set it up, cut the strap so that I had enough room, and then you just melt the ends with any lighter or flame to prevent it from fraying. And that's basically it. Now, the saddles Those don't come, those are extra. You can use cheap J hooks, anything else you want. So I'm not going to really be talking about those at all. But that is how I solved this problem. I already had the foam blocks from before. I had a lot of straps. That's why this only cost me under $50. I'll have a parts list and a price breakdown of everything in the description down below. But this is still at least a third to a quarter of the cost of a commercial system. And for a cheapskate like me, it was a no-brainer. Now we're going to take this on a paddling trip to a different lake in the area, and we'll see how it holds up. Well, everything loaded up okay. Let's head out to the lake, see how it performs. So I think within about 10 miles of my house, there are 4, maybe 5 different lakes. So this summer on the channel, we're going to be visiting every last one of them. So far, see, driving 40 miles an hour, haven't heard any weird bumps, scrapes, squeaks, anything like that. So that's good. So far, so good. So, do you think it's weird that I'm going to be paddling on the lake? It's going to be 90 degrees, and yet I'm using the air conditioner in the car. Well, we've arrived. Let's unload it. Make sure nothing moved. Well, looks like everything held up great. All the straps are still tight. Nothing moved. Everything looks awesome. If you've ever had to rig anything up on the top of your car for your boat, let me know in the comments down below. But I'm going to get this thing on the water. Enjoy the rest of the video. I'll see you next Thursday.